Good morning, Mike. You were one of our speakers back in 2019, and of course, Speed of Sight are one of our members. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Good morning, Simon. My name is Mike Newman. I'm one of the co-founders and CEO of Speed of Sight charity.
Great, thanks. And well, we have heard from John, but can you tell us how you ended up setting up Speed of Sight?
Well, Speed of Sight came about through a lot of contact I had with other people with disabilities. Myself, I have sight loss, so I don't have any sight at all. But I've always been, since a little boy, very keen on motorsport. And in my adult life, and as I approach sort of the mythical 40s and midnight crisis, so to speak, I decided I wanted to try and experience the sort of activities I believed I would be doing all the time if I'd not happened to be putting up with sight loss. So I set up a challenge to learn to ride a motorcycle and drive cars extremely quickly. And one of the bonuses of that activity was that I was able to gain some Guinness World Records. And after the success stroke notoriety of those records, I started to meet many people who were also interested in cars, but in adult life, through illness or accident, I'd met up with lifelong disabilities. And in many cases of the people I met, one of the results, sad results of that was that they'd lost their driving license and they'd lost that freedom and independence that until their accident or illness they took for granted. So it started me to think about how I could give back in a modest way the exhilaration and excitement of getting behind the wheel again, and the same excitement that I'd enjoyed and do enjoy when I have the chance. So after many thought process and quite a few years, I started to formulate a plan of how that could be possible, and what sort of adaptations we would need and what sort of support we would need. And certainly not knowing as much as I know now, that's for sure, but through a lot of effort, a lot of hard work and some fantastic support, we and John, who've been friends for many years, started Speed of Sight charity to deliver motoring experiences to many people with serious challenges in life. But what we didn't anticipate, and I certainly didn't at the time, was as we established the charity and people began to hear about our activities up and down the country, how many young adults and children that we would be working with. And all these children that I'd say probably half the people that we work with now are certainly young children and teenagers. And that's very exciting, very humbling and extremely motivating. But all these young people are in the same boat as the adults that we work with. The difference being is that they never had a driving license to start with and they would never get one. But they enjoy the exhilaration, they enjoy the excitement, and they enjoy the fantastic freedom and that they feel and achieve when on a racetrack in a race car with a properly trained instructor.
Yeah, and I was privileged to go to one of your track days last year at the Trafford Centre, and it was youngsters who were there, and it really shows that there are no boundaries, are there? You know, if you set your mind to it, you can do it.
That's true. We try to make our activities available to as many people as possible, and we're very excited about the fact that young people are so engaged with it, enjoy it so much, and we have children of all ages come enjoy it. Fun.
Yeah. No, it's brilliant. It is. I'd recommend to anybody if they can get down to the track day when we're all back in circulation. It's a great experience. Now you've been to our business network. You know we like to ask personal questions, not too personal, I'm pleased to say. So spare time when you're not running around breaking world records and things like that. What are your passions and hobbies?
Hobbies. I like. Well, when we could go out for meals and things, I enjoy going out and meals with my wife when finances allow and that sort of thing. Also, I like to go on nice walks in the countryside when we can and are able to do so. Love going to the seaside, walking on the beach with the dog and enjoying times like that. And obviously, as I said earlier, I'm a keen motorsport enthusiast. So when we get the chance to go to race meetings, I do so, local ones, which are very enjoyable. And we've been very lucky over the years that a few of our volunteers, a few of our volunteer instructors, also end up on the racetrack themselves racing. So we go along and support them, which is very exciting. And also I've got a little collection of cars of my own, very modest but small. I enjoy getting them on the road and enjoy going out in those and having a nice time with them.
Yeah, I didn't know about the XK until Ben did that video with you. That was news to me, that one. So
I've been a big Jag fan since I was a boy, and the XK came along a couple of years ago at the right time, at the right price, and when I had a bit of cash to spend. So it all came together at the right moment, and I love it to bits. And it's very, very.
Yeah. No, lovely car. I like listening to podcasts, Mike. Do you listen to any you would recommend?
I do, actually, when I can and when I think about it. In fact, the most recent one was a bit of a reminisce, actually. I think a few days ago, I listened to one of the last podcasts that Simon Mayo did on the BBC Confessions podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's quite funny. So whilst I was doing the ironing, I was listening to that.
Yeah, somebody else has mentioned the Confessions as well. That one's sadly missed. And books, is there a book you'd recommend?
From a small business perspective and professional sort of point of view, my problem is I can't remember the author, but the book I'm thinking of is called Turn the Ship Around.
Right.
This book is written by an ex-submariner who was a captain in a nuclear class submarine in America, and he relates his experiences both whilst he was in the Navy and professionally now he's come out of the Navy as a businessman, and how running a submarine effectively can have similar impact on how you try to run your business and how you make it more successful, how you make it run efficiently, and I found it enjoyable.
Great, thanks. And finally, any words of wisdom that you'd like to pass on to the people watching?
Words of wisdom, that's stretching it a bit. I think, whilst at the moment we are in a very strange environment and strange sort of circumstances where phenomenal uncertainty is around us all. And I think the best thing we can do is hold on tight to what we believe in, hold on tight to our dreams, and not be afraid to get out there when we're allowed to and rebuild our businesses, rebuild our organisations, and I think just be more determined than ever, if that's possible, to hang on to what you built or go for what you want to build.
Yeah, no, great words. I did say finally, I lied. Inspire 25, tell us a little bit about that as well. That's the other thing I wanted to mention.
Say that again for me.
The Inspire 25 Club.
Inspire 25. Yeah. Well, that's an initiative that John came up with last year. Well, we are a small organisation and a small charity, and we're very community based, and we're based locally, and we do reach out to our local communities and businesses. So we wanted to come up with a way that businesses, the small businesses in particular, like sole traders, small partnerships and stuff like that, could get involved with the work that we do, and also at the same time support and help us to provide these experiences that we want to deliver once lockdown is receding. So we come up with a community-based idea which would involve small businesses, a modest donation each month of £25, and within that and around that we're sort of building up a community of supporters, really. So they have one common interest, obviously, which is ourselves, but then as the community grows, they'll be able to talk to each other, use each other as sounding boards, and hopefully build a nice little business community around one organisation that they all interested and
Yeah.
understand the good work that we do. And I hope that that will continue to grow. By supporting ourselves as an organisation, they will then be able to begin to support and nurture each other at the same time.
Yeah, I know a number of the business network members have taken it on board. So yeah, looking forward to seeing that grow. So
And they'll make a difference.
Yeah.
They do make a difference. All their interest, and obviously while people are making the modest donations, they're talking to other people about what we do and the impact that we have, and that gets other people interested.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Mike, for taking part. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Well, thank you very much, and we look forward to the day when we can all get together in a physical rather than virtual sense.
Definitely. Thanks so much. Goodbye.
Cheers now.